Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Thursday, January 30th, 2025. You may follow me on the book, the talk, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the fan base, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. Whatever does not fit, please just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. Pretty easy peasy. We're going to use the situations deck. I set some decks out last night thinking I was going to come back and do some readings. And then I got into bed and watched a reading and fell asleep. So, yeah. Woke up at about 1. Well, I woke up I think like 10:30 and then fell back asleep. Woke up at like 1:30. And my cats are already thinking it's time for breakfast. They drive me nuts. They really do. We got 2, 3 on the table. It's really funny when you say we got 3 on the table and the card says on the table. We got 5 on the table. This is interesting. Six on the table. Sorry, I feel like I'm breathing really heavy. I don't mean to be. I can kind of breathe through my nose. It's a little stuffy from sleeping. Pardon me. We got 7 on the table. Okay, why would that be the case? Give me some more cards here. Tell me what's going on. Nine on the table. I straightened out my desk yesterday. I think I told you guys last night in one of the reads. But I straightened out my desk and I'm on TikTok and I'm like, oh, crystals. I just put crystals away. I just put crystals away. Oh, shit. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, one more shuffle here. We got 9 cards on the table. That one kind of wanted to come out. I almost feel like I should pull it. Let me see. I mean, it's only going to emphasize what I was already going to say anyway. All right, so we got 11 cards at the bottom of the deck. What is top of the deck? Oh, right. All the good stuff is at the top of the deck. Cleansing and love. Okay. All right, I'm going to set this over here on the windowsill. All right, we've got family. We've got history. We've got on the table. Y'all know. We got single. Recalling. We got journal. Negotiator. Poison. We got trash. Roller coaster. And bottom of the deck, obsession. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. So someone has left a family situation. Now, to me, I don't know, and other readers take it as you will, other people take it as you will, but I don't always necessarily think as the family card as like family, like a husband, a wife, two wives, two husbands, whatever, two kids. I don't really think of the family card as family. On here it says blood ties and inner circle. So to me, when the family card comes out, that could mean like a friend group, a family group, a community, an organization. Like, I don't always just get like family. I'm not getting anything in particular about this other than somebody's leaving a family situation. They're putting it behind them with the history card. They want the past to stay in the past. The funny thing is this person is single. This person is recalling memories and thinking about returning to another past person. They want to offer some type of commitment. Not necessarily marriage, but, like let's date, like, let's be exclusive kind of thing. With the journal card, this is someone that is probably like looking at old photos of the two of them together, them and this past person. Possibly text, emails, whatever. They're looking at when this card came out, I heard, oh, they're looking at old mementos. If you ever watched the Bozo Show, which took place out of Chicago, if you ever watched the Bozo Show, was it Bozo or was it Cookie? But one of them always said like, "Oh, mementos," but didn't they say pimentos? I don't know, but that's what I heard was looking at old mementos. I'm a little gassy, so pardon me. If you heard noises, that's me. And I am drinking my electrolyte drink right now. They want to come in and negotiate. Again, some type of new beginning, some type of commitment. Whoever this person is, this is someone that has engaged in toxic behavior in the past. It says unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy people, toxic, poison. Now, with the trash card, two things. This person could have been dealing with trashy people, been in trashy situations. It says discarding, throwing out. And like I said before, this person is done with this family. Like for them, it's in the past. It's going to stay in the past. It's history. The other thing that I'm getting from the trash card is that whoever the person they're going towards, that person might think of them as trash. If if the person from the past that they're going towards knows, oh, that person was fucking toxic, like I wouldn't have anything to do with them. They're trash. You know what I mean? Like they already have a vision in their head of who this single person is. This is someone, along with the toxic behavior, this is someone that probably, um, I don't know that I would say did daring things, but they did things for the adrenaline rush, like kind of like fuck around and find out, you know what I mean? But really just fucking around and finding out because it gave them a rush. Like yeah, you could get on a roller coaster that would give you a rush, right? You could gamble, that could give you a rush. You could be a gambler. You could play video games that could get your adrenaline pumping. You could be a cheater, and that gets your adrenaline running. You could be a liar, and that gets your adrenaline running. It really could be anything. It could be everything. This could be somebody that's like addicted to chasing the high, you know? And again, not necessarily high, but like life's high. Anything in life that could, woo. Now, the question is, are they still that way or are they not? Because the bottom of the deck is the obsession card. So I get a bunch of things with the obsession card. First and foremost, I get that this single person is now obsessed with the person they're going to go towards. And it's kind of funny because there's no card here that says they want to make amends or they want to give an excuse or anything like that. And maybe they don't need to, maybe nothing bad happened between this single person and the person from the past. Maybe it's just a past friend, Maybe it's just a past acquaintance and now this person realizes like, hey, I should have went with Kirk. I should have went with Betty, like my thing is I feel like that past person knows that this person has had issues in the past. And again, there's something about this, like all being together, and this single person shutting the door on this, thinking that they shut the door on this, but did they really shut the door on this? Because if this is in you, getting rid of that family situation, friend group, community, whatever, possibly lover and family, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whoever they walked away from, was it really them that was the toxic and the trashy one, or is it this single person? Like, were they in that situation because they too are toxic and trashy? And what are the odds of them being able to kick that addiction, that rush, that obsession? And I only say that because some people like being nasty. Some people like being mean. Some people like being toxic. Some people like being cheaters, liars, thieves. Some people don't want to heal and change. And that's fine. But is this person being honest, not only with the person that they're going towards, but themselves? Are they being honest with themselves? I just almost feel like I want to cry. I feel I don't know who this single person is. Um, I think they realize this. I think that's why I feel like I want to cry. I think this single person realized that. Like, oh, like did I leave this behind? No, this is in me. Okay, am I going to change this? Because if I don't change this, then I can't go back towards this. They know. They know. Trust me, I don't got anything in my eye or anything. I just all of a sudden felt like I wanted to cry. And maybe to them it feels a little bit hopeless at first. I feel like it feels that way for everybody when they're healing, though. When you first get on the healing journey, don't you feel kind of like out of sorts, not really right, you know? Like for me, it just stands to like it makes sense to me. Like you would feel off. You know, healing and sticking to it is not easy. It's kind of funny because I had this conversation last Wednesday when I went out with my ex-husband and his mom. We went out to lunch together, and I don't remember if it was driving to there or driving back to my place. He was kind enough to pick me up because I didn't want to drive in the snow. Even though there really wasn't a lot of snow, it freaked me out. I get a little freaked out, especially when I have to go like distances. Like to work and back, I'm typically fine. Grocery store and back, I'm typically fine. But like if I drive to the lake on the weekends and it starts snowing, I put my ass in gear and I go back home because it freaks me out. My first car accident was in the snow. Um, it was very stupid. But anyway, him and I had this discussion, and I told him, I'm not drinking anymore. I haven't had a drink since the Saturday after Thanksgiving when I went out with my friend for dinner. And he goes, "Well, you don't have a problem." And I looked at him and I said, "Don't I?" And he goes, "No." And I said, "Ex-husband." I said, "I binge drink." I said, "You never noticed that?" And he goes, "Well," he's like, "Yeah, but like you don't like drink all the time." And I said, "That's not necessarily the definition of an alcoholic." I mean, it's somebody that's dependent on alcohol. It's somebody that has an unhealthy viewpoint on alcohol. I have an unhealthy viewpoint on alcohol, and I always will. I always will. And I told him that. And he's like, "Okay, I guess I could see it." He's like, "But you could have one drink." I said I could have one drink, and I probably would be fine. I probably would be fine, and I'd probably stop myself. I could have one drink. And I'm not saying that I won't ever have another drink, but when I went out, I don't know if it was October or November, when I went out with the girls from work because the one lady was moving to Wisconsin to be with her man. We all went out for drinks and apps and food and stuff. And I had two whiskey shots, Fireball, I think. I think Fireball. And I had an Amaretto Stone Sour. Now, I gave one of my other friends a ride to and from the restaurant. If she hadn't been there, y'all, I probably would have had like 10 drinks. Like 8 shots, 10 drinks, something. I probably would have had a hell of a lot more than 3. I'm not going to lie. Probably a hell of a lot more than 3. I probably would have been stuck sleeping in my car for a couple hours before I went home. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even joking. Now, I think everybody had between like 2 and 4 drinks. I don't think anybody had more than 4. And most people, I think, had like two, like a shot and a drink. Because I know we did shots twice, I think. So everybody probably had between 3 and 4 drinks. But I'm telling you, I could have had more. I really could have had more. And quite honestly, again, only because I gave the girl from work a ride to and from, like, is the reason why I stopped myself. Now, that being said, also when I had those drinks, I felt like a little bit of a buzz for like maybe a half an hour and then nothing. Just like when I had the moonshine on Thanksgiving, nothing. When I had that drink that Saturday with my friend when we went out to dinner, I had a beer. I had um the Irish beer. It's my favorite freaking beer. Anyway, I had the beer and I didn't feel anything. And I told my ex-husband that too. I said, now I feel like I'm at the point, like, I have drinks and I don't feel anything. I feel like it's God telling me, hey, stupid, I told you to stop. Like, this is not for you anymore. Like, you don't need to keep doing this. And it's funny because the addictive part of my brain almost wants to be like, well, I'm going to keep drinking just to see if I can feel anything because I'm a stubborn ass bitch. Like, it's in my head, that thought. And that thought correlates with the fact that I used to be a binge drinker. Like, I would binge. And I've told you guys before, I would go to Woodman's, which has one of the best liquor departments in the area. I would go to frickin' Woodman's. I would buy $300, $400, $500 worth of liquor and beer and booze. And I would go home and put it in the pantry. And it would sit there for weeks, months at a time. And then I would open the pantry door and I'd be like, this Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to drink myself to death because I got to drink all this alcohol. Like, why? You let it sit there for months, weeks, months. Now all of a sudden you got to drink it all? But that was my mentality. It was like I couldn't, like, once I start, like, I'm not going to be able to stop. And don't get me wrong, there were some times where, like, I had it in my head I was going to do that. And then I would have like 1 or 2 drinks and that, like, I'd be like, and I'd fall asleep or get busy doing something and just not have another drink. But it's that thought. It's that mentality. That's the addiction. What's in your head, what you're thinking, what you're believing, what you're seeing. That's the addiction. That's what's driving you to be addicted to whatever you're addicted to. Whoever this person is, I think these came out together for a reason. This person has an adrenaline rush problem. Like, they're addicted to high. Any kind of high. Like I said, it doesn't have to be getting high. And the question is, okay, so is this a person addicted to this? Because if they're addicted to this, then they're always going to be constantly looking for that other community, that other family, that other situation that's toxic. And if this single person gets back with the past person, okay, let's say they get together, they form a relationship. Is this person going to feel like they're missing out on something? For whatever reason, I mean, I can't judge somebody for missing out on toxicity. I mean, I'm an alcoholic basically. So, like, I'm a shopaholic, like, I have a lot of issues just like every other human does. Like, are they going to be able to stay away even if they don't go towards whatever this past family situation is, what if they are encountered and confronted with a new family situation, like friend group, community, going to the bar and meeting a bunch of new guys or women and hanging out with them? You know what I'm saying? When they're confronted with that, are they going to recognize those toxic behaviors and those situations that they just should not involve themselves in? You know? And again, there's a big difference between, oh, I go out to the bar once a month and I hang out with my buddies, and I go out to the bar every night and I hang out with my buddies and I drink and I flirt and I cheat and I lie and I gamble and I spend money and da 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 da. Da. There's a big difference in those two scenarios. A big difference. Again, I feel like whoever this person from the past is that they're going towards, they know. They know. They know there's toxicity there. There's something in the background. And it's kind of funny because when this came up, whoever this past person is, when this single person comes in and says, "Hey, like I miss you. I want to get back together. I want to be lovers. I want to be friends. Whatever the case may be, because it could just be a friend, right?" This person from the past is gonna bring this up. Like, make no mistake, this person's gonna bring it up, and they're gonna want answers. They're gonna want clarification. Like, do you still involve yourself in this community? Do you still exhibit toxic behaviors? And if so, what are they? And do you have a plan to stop doing that? Okay, I could be hungry, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just feel like nauseous. Like nauseous. Like some. Mm. Whoever this single person is, they don't want to have, they're nervous. They're nervous about having to talk about this. They don't want to talk about it. Here's the thing. I get it. I get it. You feel like you're moving away from that lifestyle. You want to put that shit behind you. You don't want to have anything to do with it. You don't want to talk about it. I get it. I get it. But you cannot, one human cannot go towards another human for some type of commitment, sometimes some type of relationship. Again, whether it be friends or lovers, they you cannot go towards another person and just expect them to jump at the chance. Like, there's nothing holding the two of you back. You have to recognize that. And again, I said that this past person knows that there's something there. They know that there's something in the background. You cannot expect them to not have questions, to not want answers. Even proof aside, because there's really no way for people to prove that they've changed other than you watching them be changed. Proof aside, you have to at least be willing to talk about your past behavior and what you did and what you do now and what you're going to do going forward, and how you're healing yourself and growing and changing and how you're becoming a better person if that's what you're doing. If you're not doing that, there is absolutely no reason to feel nervous. A genuine, authentic person would not feel nervous having some type of discussion like that. And you can argue with me on that. But if you have nothing to hide, if you were this toxic person and now you're not, and you know you're not, and you have faith in yourself and hope in yourself, and you hold yourself at a higher standard now, you have nothing to fear. Because let me say this, and I've said this before. You cannot go towards a past person that you could have possibly harmed in some way. Again, I'm just saying it. I'm not seeing it here, but I'm just saying it. You cannot go towards a past person that you possibly harmed and expect to get back together with them, mend fences, whatever you want to say, and not speak on the truth that is hidden between the two of you. You cannot. And if you're not genuine enough, authentic enough, and standing in your power to be able to do that, no. Go back to the healing board. And I'm just being serious. And I'm not really getting like this is a fake person. Like, oh, I'm going to come in and fuck you over. Like, I'm not getting that. I'm just getting that this is someone that is trying to heal and grow and change. And maybe they're just not ready. Maybe they're just, not that they haven't put this behind them, but maybe they haven't put this behind them long enough. Maybe they just need more time to heal. Because here's my thing. I talk to you all the time about the ex-best friend that sexually assaulted me twice, the man she put me in a relationship that she too was fucking, how they both fucked me over, how they probably laughed about it and thought it was funny while they were fucking, whatever. If either one of them were to come back and say something to me, like, I am more than capable of having an intelligent conversation. More than capable. I mean, I might need a minute to regain my thoughts, and I might cry just because the situation was so volatile for me to actually be confronted with her or him. I might cry, I'm not going to lie, but I'm crying because like the situation is so unbelievably sad that the two of them thought that it was okay to do that to another human being. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like I am capable of having an intelligent conversation. The thing is those two people coming towards me for conversation, to bitch at me, to ask for forgiveness, whatever the hell they would come towards me for, which again, I don't ever think they would. They're cowards. The end game would be the same for me. And I've said this before, like, I already know I don't want to have anything to do with those two people. I hope they heal. I hope they get their shit together. I want nothing but the best for them in the future, but I don't want them in my life ever again for any reason. I just don't. And I could never trust either one of them ever again. Like that was completely broken. Completely and utterly broken. Especially the ex-best friend. Like, never again. I would never have anything to do with her ever again. That being said, like, it's been 2 years now. It's been over 2 years. And I have no problem being confronted with that situation, with those people, having a conversation and walking away in my purpose. Because those two people aren't meant for me anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I think whoever this single person is, I think they're too early in their journey to be even, and it's just my opinion, but too early in their journey to even be thinking about going towards this past person because they're not sure of themselves. Like, I'm not getting that. Like, they're not sure. Like, this is someone early in the journey. This is someone that could possibly relapse and go back towards whatever this family situation is. Go back towards their toxic behavior. Like, just sit. Just sit for a couple weeks, a couple months, a year, a couple years, not even joking, and just sit with yourself and heal yourself and get your act together before you go towards someone else. Because by that point, when you're ready to go towards someone else, or even let's say this past person comes towards this single person, they're ready. They're confident. They know that they've changed. They know that they're healing. They know that they're a better person. They know that they put all this shit behind them. People tend to go back to toxicity when they feel pressured. When they feel like they have no other option. The thing is once this single person has been on their healing journey for so long and they're doing pretty well for themselves, they have nothing but options. And that's another thing too. Like, this single person could go towards this past person for reconciliation and they can turn them down. They could turn the single person down. Okay, you are a single person, a healing person, a better person, right? Quote unquote better person, whatever that means for you. You have options. You don't need to go towards a past person. I guess my thing is why is there always an obsession with the past person? Can't you find a new person that, strikes your fancy? Again, whether friend or lover, like, why do you always have to go towards the past person? Why can't you just start fresh? And don't get me wrong, I know there's soul contracts out there, twin flames, soulmates, all that jazz. I get it. Like, some people are meant to be together, some people aren't. I get it. I'm just saying. I feel like when people are meant to be together, it happens. Like, God is going to make sure that happens. There's nothing you can do to stop that. There's nothing that anybody else can do to stop that. Eventually, two people will come back together, whether it's in friendship or love. I mean, there's love and friendship, but you know what I mean. I think I'm going to leave it there because I've rattled on about this single person long enough. Again, just my opinion, they need to heal more. Like, going towards this past person, like, for me on my journey, wouldn't even be an option. And quite honestly, like, me on my own journey, like, I didn't reach out to past people like before because, again, I was just on my healing journey. Now, a year, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, whatever. Now, again, it's just in my mind, like, what do I need to go towards the past person for? Like, I've already reconciled that relationship in my mind, good or bad, done or not, closure or not. Like, it's in the past. I'm moving on. I don't need to go back there. And quite honestly, going towards past people or past situation always brings in some type of drama. Always, I feel, whether it's on both sides or one party's side, I should say. um I don't need the drama. I'd rather meet a nice person, a newer person, you know see where that takes me. Again, hopefully no drama. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. It has got to be like 4 a.m. by now. Is it 4 a.m.? It's time for my vitamins. Yeah, I'm that old. I wake up in the morning and that's the first thing I think of. The first things I think of is feeding my cats and taking my vitamins. All right. I hope everybody has a lovely Thursday morning. I'll talk to you later. Bye.